Okay, Celtic. Surely we can get a point against Celtic, right? What's up guys, ChasingLamely here with episode number 118 of Passport to Poland, and as you can see on your screen, today's opponents are Scottish champions Celtic. We've only ever played them once and it was a draw, and I'd take a draw today, but there is that creeping thought in the back of my head that if we can get a couple of wins against Celtic, maybe there's still an outside chance we get through the group. Who knows? Since you were last with us for that demolition against Ajax, we've played Lecce and beat them 2-1 with goals from Steve Harris and Thomas Sindelar. A friendly against Sporting Lisbon. Is that Sporting Lisbon or is it Benfica? I always forget. I'm sure it'll tell me on their badge, and one day I'll remember or fix the names or something. I can't see their badge. We're going to assume that is Sporting Lisbon. It's not. It's going to be Benfica. You watch. Anyway, we beat them 2-0, and we played Legia, the biggest, or next biggest club, I guess, in Poland. I think they're still officially the biggest club in Poland. We played Legia, beat them 3-0 with 2 from Nick Francis and a goal from Dino Santi Bateo. Steve Harris picking up an injury. But that won't affect us today because he's not registered for Europe, so that's not the biggest issue we'll have. No transfer news, so we can go straight into the game. I didn't even look at the preview actually to see if we were the favourites. I don't think we are. We are distinctly not the favourites. If anything, they're rated as being better than Ajax, so that should be a small problem. It's going to be a massive problem. The starting lineup today we're going with is going to be Wilson, Francis, Stewart, Pleshko and Eamon. Kokoska will be the holding midfielder, though I am tempted to slide. In fact, I say I'm tempted to. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to stick Lucas Klima in there because I know he does that better. So Klima can go in there. Ribeiro, Di Bernardi and Longstaff are going to start in the midfield. I thought about using Gomez, but Matty Longstaff's been a bit of a stalwart for us. We know we can trust him. Bateo is the attacking midfielder behind Sindelar, with Gomez, Devine, Kondraki, Jordi Portia, Brzelski, Dostalek and Kokoska as the bench. And I'm really thinking now I'm sat here looking at it. Oh, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to make the change to put Sindelar and put Portia in the starting lineup just yet, because Sindelar scores more goals and Jordi Portia hasn't quite earned that trust from me yet. Not quite. Maybe we'll give him a while, see what happens. We're playing away in Glasgow as well. I mean, there is an argument that I should have probably used the slightly more defensive variant of this tactic. There is also an argument that I probably should have used the slightly more defensive striker, but we'll make it go, make it work, do as we can with it. Okay, so starting lineups, let's have a look at what we've got ahead of us. Bunch of players we definitely won't recognise. Looks like some of the attacking players we will do. Alexander Mitrovic, the Newcastle? Is he Newcastle? Or he was at Newcastle, I think, at some point. It's being slow again. It's just taken the best part of ages to load up the game, which I think is just because the file is getting a little bit too big for its boots now. If I remember to edit out the bit where I'm just stood staring and blinking at the screen, be grateful. Yeah, played for Newcastle and Fulham, I thought he did. So Alexander Mitrovic is someone we will recognise. Which Christie is this? Ryan Christie. He's been at Celtic for a long time. He's now in his 12th season, 13th season at Celtic. And still only 31, so that's good. Mbolo, who is Mbolo? Breel Mbolo. I feel like I should know his name and I don't. He has been at Mönchengladbach, Dortmund, Chelsea and Celtic, so he's alright. He's not a bad player at all. No one else who I really recognise. Denzel Dumfries. That's like the most epic name I've heard in ages. He's been with Celtic for 7 years and he's alright as a fullback, but he's playing in the centre today, so we'll see how that goes. I don't know. We'll make it work. We're gonna go for that elusive point that we've been chasing for so long. This is the 9th game in search of a point in the Champions League. We are going to say that we have to be at our best. That's a good idea. Matty Longstaff is the captain because he's Matty Longstaff. Di Bernardi needs to really step up his game. I don't care about this guy Mariano Sanz because I know nothing about him, because that's how thorough my scouting is. Right, let's just play, guys. Let's just play. Let's see what we can do. Um, we're playing before Ajax and Chelsea, which is unhelpful too. Celtic have drawn both their games leading up to this, which means they probably don't have much of a striker, which is why they're going to score 7 or 8 goals against me today, as King, their goalkeeper, takes a goal kick, and it's been hoofed for miles. It looks like we just had a free kick in their box, but no one bothered to, show us the highlight. That's gone in, and we're going to be punished immediately because I said they don't have much of a striker. Pendinelli might have been offside there. Well, let's hope he surely was. He was offside. Mitrovic played it back to Ferrari, and it's about a foot and a half, or 45 centimeters for those of you who work in metric. Ehrman to Bateo to Ehrman to Sindelar. Sindelar in the box puts it towards King, and he hasn't managed to finish it. I got really confused then for a second because I've changed so much of this team over the summer. I don't recognise the names still. We're nearly halfway into the season. I don't recognise any of these names. They all feel really alien to me. It's like I've just taken over the team. There's genuinely no one here I recognise properly except for Longstaff and Ribeiro and 4 of the back 5. Oh, and Sindelar, obviously. But yeah, it feels like an alien team to me. I haven't figured out how to get the best out of them yet, especially in the Champions League. Matty Longstaff is being error prone, which cannot continue because Matty Longstaff needs to be the hero today. Ribeiro almost the hero with like a wild tackle, headed out to Bateo. Bateo heads it forward to Sindelar. Will he at least wait for someone to support him? Finds Ehrman, but now he's got to really sprint forward. Ball over the top to Nick Francis, who might have a chance of scoring here. Nick Francis forces a save out of King, and he's going to go and take the corner as well because that's the kind of hero Nick Francis is for us. Whips it in. Who's got the header? No one but their defender. And Moncayola was the guy dealing with that at the back. We're not doing anything with our possession at the moment. It's really frustrating. Matty Longstaff needs to really improve in the second half. I'm going to try and tell him, if I can, that I would like to see much more from him. More to come from you, buddy, and also more to come from you, Danny Bateo. Definitely more to come from you because you need to do big improvements. Anyone else I need to tell to do big improvements? We'll tell, just to be fair, we'll tell Ribeiro to do big improvements too. There's a chance I'm going to switch to the diamond very soon. The traditional Slash diamond very soon. So I've forgotten how to pronounce the team's name. I'm so prepared for FM21, I'm forgetting how to pronounce stuff already from my Polish adventure. Yeah. I want the extra guy up top, or I'm starting to want the extra guy up top. I'm not seeing much in the way of improvement from anyone in midfield. Ribeiro and Longstaff have both been a bit poor. It's starting to get to that point where I start asking questions. Let's get rid of this. Oh, we've given that away. Absolutely given that away. That was all on Di Bernardi, who was the one guy I would have said was actually doing something useful in this team so far today, and he's really let us down there. Mitrovic picked up the ball, turned, laid it off. Ferrari with the cross, and De Bernardi should have got rid of that all day long, quite frankly. And it is really that midfield 3 costing us today, costing us big time. Ehrman has picked up the ball. Maybe there's a chance we can do something here. Let's show some passion. Lucas Klima, ball out to Francis. Francis will not do anything. He has done something with it. Finally, Ribeiro to Di Bernardi. Finds to Teo. Ribeiro out to Francis on the right hand side. Can he get a cross into someone? That was just so poor. And now Pendinelli is going to go and just absolutely batter us. Everyone misses their tackles. Literally everyone on the team missed their tackles there. And luckily, Matty Longstaff was like, nope, I'm taking absolutely no more of this. This is embarrassing to me. No more. Right, we're going to switch things up because that's going to be just the way things have to happen. I don't have anyone I would trust on the wing right now, so we're not going to do that. Let's go to the diamond. That's going to be the starting point of this little gambit. I need to... We'll take Di Bernardi off because Di Bernardi has not had the game of his life. I know Longstaff and Ribeiro can play together. We'll send on Jordi Patia. He can play as a pressing forward, so we'll try him out doing that. and I think we're going to take Airman off, and it's saying to send in Kondraki, and I can't think of a good reason not to, so I guess we will? Yeah, sure. And that gives me one more sub as an option in the box. It'll probably be Nick Francis that comes off, to be fair, unless Pleshko gets any worse in this game. But really we need to start seeing something happen from someone somewhere, and ideally not Celtic, as Moncayola has picked it up. Pleshko heads it back to Wilson. Really close move. Let's not go heading the ball back to the keeper, guys. We're not that good to go pulling off fancy tricks like heading it back to the keeper. Wagner plays it on to Moncayola. That's headed out by Kondraki, back to Kondraki again, and Pleshko gives it away, and Pleshko has absolutely gifted them that goal. I knew I should have taken him off earlier when he was looking anxious. He can definitely come off now, because that was utterly appalling. It's saying send on Adam Devine, but I think screw it, there's nothing to lose. I was going to send on Kokoska, but Adam Devine I think I signed from Celtic. So let's just send him on. At least if we're going to get humiliated, we can get humiliated with the next Celtic player in the team. This definitely sends us out of the Champions League now. There's no doubt in my mind this sends us out of the Champions League now. Just so poor. It was so poor. Wilson almost got his hands on it. But frankly, he shouldn't be having to go to that much effort to make up for the mistakes of utterly incompetent defending. And Pleshko was utterly incompetent there. Completely incompetent there. That was absolutely appalling, atrocious, embarrassing defending there. And he should know better, because, let's face it, he's been playing for the top team in Poland for a while. You'd think he'd be used to having to defend, but apparently that's not within his remit. So now we've been left with a lot of work to do if we're going to get out of this Champions League group. Everyone, frankly, has been terrible, and they're going to be told they've been terrible during the team talk. Because, frankly, it's only 2-0 this time, but that was utterly appalling. We are training tomorrow. Adam Devine looks stressed, and he can get over it, quite frankly, because we should not be being embarrassed like that. We embarrassed ourselves, and actually I think our under-19s may be doing better than our first team are. We'll have a quick check before we wrap the episode up, but I think the under-19s or the under-18s in the Champions League are actually doing better in their group than we are. I mean, I know they've got a point. They've definitely got a point already, but I think they're doing better all round than we are, and disappointing. Let's go into those fixtures. Let's see how that looks. Under-19s Group D. I mean, they lost by a goal to Chelsea, drew with Ajax. They've just lost by a goal to Celtic. But I'm pretty sure that still puts them. It obviously still puts them on a point, but it might actually put them somewhere in the group still. I mean, they're not. If we can get rid of that, they're not completely embarrassing. They might still, if they escape from the group and the first team don't, I'm going to be raging. Right, so let's wrap the episode up. Thanks so much for watching, guys. As always, you can catch me on the social medias down there with Twitter, Insta and Patreon at ChasingLamely. Like and subscribe for more FM content, FM21 stuff coming soon. If you haven't checked it already, go check out my listicle type video I released of the top 10 teams, the top 10 fallen giants to manage in FM21. I've also released my FM21 channel plans officially. You can find those both by clicking the little icon next to my name below, and they will appear. And thanks for all that watched them so far. Some really good feedback on those videos. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. As always, I've been Chasing Lamely. Have a good one.